Night City, we're gonna play you a little outro from TNT's last album ever. Enjoy it, and while it plays, I'm gonna shut the hell up. And that's it, Night City. Remember, while bands come and go, the music never dies. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our final, potentially, episode of Night City Discordance. So, we've got a fun little intro there that I had no idea what to say. So, I was like, fuck it. I'll just play music because it's been about music. So, let's just end that way, which has been pretty cool. All right, ladies and gents. It's probably been about a couple days since you guys did the Arasaka run. You've had a chance to kind of like duck, dive, and dodge, the 3 Ds of dodgeball, for a bit to kind of lay low. Nothing has hit you guys up at the strip mall. You've been fine. Nobody's been straying around. No attacks, no bombings, no explosions, no attempted snipings of anybody. It seems quiet. But you guys have all that data from the Arasaka data vault. You guys have the information about all their undercover activities within the Night City PD, as well as other security contractors throughout the city. You have that slush fund for the Black Ops. You have a lot of stuff of theirs. What are you doing with all of it? And most importantly, you guys have the fragments of the Soul Killer program. So what's the plan with all of that?
Well, everybody said on the side they wanted to sell it.
Okay.
My family would be relocated, renamed, and actually housed.
So the goal is to sell this thing. Now, you can't just walk into a night market and say, hey, I have this killer Arasaka program that, nobody's ever really heard of as being real as opposed to it just being a myth. Do you want to buy this? You're going to have to go through some extra steps. How do you want to see about getting that out to an audience? And more importantly, do you have any scruples on who you sell it to?
Is there a way, I suppose it could be manipulated anyways by corpse, but is there a way to, like, I don't know, it's like some dark web black market auction site or something that high rollers go to that this could go on?
It'd be going through fixers, really. That's
I was just
the
saying,
only way
that'd
to
be a fixer meeting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. want it, you can bid, and they'll go out and kind of see to picking people that are going to give you the most money and like offering it to them. That's just kind of how it works.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's
sounds like a fixer is what we need then.
and we're no longer on the web. We're now back all the way back to Palm Pilot infrared technology.
Yeah, which is also one of the reasons why you have to kind of go to a site in order to hack the exclusive architecture for that site. So it's all closed circuit, networks at this point, and then city networks like the data hub, the data pool. So you guys want to go to a fixer. You got Santiago as a fixer for the Snake Nation. I don't really think he'd be a good bet because this is not like an equipment that you're moving. This is something that's really outside the realm of what people in the Badlands would be using.
Don't want to get them in trouble, man.
No, don't want to get them involved.
Okay. So then your options in town really, you have Rogue. You have a couple other of not bad fixers. Rogue's going to be the one who had the most contacts through Afterlife. But there are others. So you've got this guy called Fireman, who is a arms dealer. Not really a good thing. There's Garvin Hawkinson. He used to be the assistant mayor. He's a councilman. He has a lot of connections with like special interest groups like corporations and organized crime. Hornet, but rumor is it that he used to work for Arasaka back in the day.
Well, let's not do that.
Yeah, that's not good.
That sounds like a big don't do this.
That's a lot of potential, like
Bad.
Yeah,
I'm not having a dime dropped on me, man.
those guys are really your major fixers that are out there that could potentially give you a hand with this, outside of obviously, Rogue.
I guess that makes Rogue the best option.
Well,
I hate to agree with you, but
Garvin's not that bad either. He has good connections with a lot of like corps and like a bunch of organized crime and other interested parties. He
does interest groups and lobbies too, doesn't he?
Well, he's more of a power broker for the politicians of the city.
Is there any rumor about why the other guy doesn't work for Arasaka anymore?
That's just where he made his money originally, working for them as like a merc and like a go-to guy, like during the Fourth Corporate War. That's really it. He wasn't like, I fucking quit. No, he did a lot of work with them and unofficially was kind of tied to them during the Corporate War stuff. After that, once that got settled and Arasaka got kicked the fuck out of Night City, he no longer has a steady employer because they're not allowed here anymore in any really big capacity.
Sounds good. Makes sense.
It's sounding like Rogue,
right?
Because Max wants to, spend a little more time with Rogue, I think.
Well, there's that too.
I
that
mean,
bouncer's been giving me the up down. So
Always have.
Hey, who
such a
says Z
good
has to be
time.
the only one who has a significant other?
So we taking a trip to Afterlife then? Or are you going to give a call? How do you want to handle that?
Well, so the only times that we've dealt with Rogue in the past has been helmets off.
Yes.
Yep.
And this is a helmets on type of deal.
Well, don't forget, we're still labeled as terrorists.
Yeah, you
Right,
get
therein
one
lies the
solo
problem.
down there that has our pictures to bring in for a
Yep.
bounty, and we
we're
ain't
fucked.
leaving
Yep.
because those guys are cyber jacked the fuck up.
So
We can go without masks.
Fuck no, we can't go without masks.
Well, then I guess it's
You
the
get that shit right out your head.
the political lobbyist guy then.
That's
Well,
also dangerous.
Not necessarily. Z, can you set up some sort of garden like White's done for you and see if you can get Rogue or Rogue's associate to meet with you on the net to talk about it?
Maybe.
Because then that means you just make up an icon that represents yourself and it's not really you.
True. You can give it a shot, Ray.
So
Something like that traceable though.
Yeah, so as a netrunner, Z would know that to do a setup like this for one, if you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna sell you some pay data, put it for offering for your fixer through the web, you're gonna need to give them a sample. You don't know what that code's been spiked with. You haven't had the time. Like you would need years to rip through that code to know exactly what's in it. It's so dense.
Well, that's thing one. Blah.
Going in person or doing it on the net, we run into the same problem. They want a sample. Well, you
I hate
have
to break
multiple files, right?
Going
I
in
hate to break
person,
it
What's
I
the
to
sample
you,
going
but
to do?
No matter what we do, the danger's there. So pick your poison
Right.
and let's get.
I'd say I'd rather do business in person, especially with Rogue. She already knows us.
All right, we go in person, masks on, to the afterlife, and get ready for a quick escape if shit goes south.
You guys could always like use different masks. You don't have to
True.
use the ones that you have from the band. You guys go like motorcycle helmeted up, like keep the visor down. Yes, we'd like to talk to Rogue. The voice modulator.
Like Go Gangers.
You could, yeah.
I'd say why are we suddenly doing this with masks? By the way,
Because Max, I see Max's.
Yep.
Why he's apprehensive is because this is going to be tied to us. This is a big major thing, and it's going to potentially start another corporate war, I guess.
in theory, with the money, we could always just change our faces.
I don't care either way. I just
There's
want to
body
get it done and
sculpting,
get it
yeah.
sold.
I like my face, and masks are cheaper.
All right, let's
And,
get different masks that aren't ours.
Maybe we, well, I mean, I don't have a problem if that's the route we're taking. I'm fine with that. However, I don't have a problem with splitting up the team so that the team is in, so that half of us are in a strategic location in case something bad does go down, and one or two of us go in to do the conversating.
That could
Could
work.
do that too.
Okay.
My concern is that if we all show up together with the same physical features and bodies that we have, like, I mean, no offense, but it's not difficult for me to count how many of us there are, and then
Right.
kind of put two and two together. Like, so either
Yeah,
we
there's
go
that
with
too.
less people, we physically obscure ourselves, wear like monk's robes or something. But if you don't want this tied back to us, we need to mask not just like our faces, but who we are as a group.
Right.
Okay. So we buy basically coverings and new masks. Two of us will go in. We'll call it a day.
Or we go, B to the W, and we just show them, yes, we are slogans for shirts. Yes, we did steal this. Yes, we are terrorists. Fuck you.
I've always been
buy
fine
it,
with that.
and then we leave.
So
I think it lends credibility to claiming what we have if we're people who are known versus nobody's walking in trying to sell this huge expensive thing. We need to be taken seriously, and I think
Okay.
slogans for shirts will be taken more seriously than some randoms.
Here's the bottom line for me. Whether we go in there fully suited up, masks on, the whole 9 yards, we're like, yep, it was us. Fuck you, suck a dick, pay me. And we either get into a firefight down there, trying to have people take us in, or a couple sessions down the road, Arasaka figures out it was us and sends teams after us.
They're gonna figure out it
Well,
was us
I
anyways.
mean, they're
either
going to
way.
figure it out anyways, but I'm
We're on
saying,
borrowed time here. I think I want
Right.
to make sure everybody's having the same conversation here. Like, we sell this, like, once this is done and that money gets split,
I'm a ghost.
Max Ilidian is dead at that point.
Z is no more.
So
can you
if
go
I'm
back to
gonna
my
if
first
I'm gonna
name?
burn an ID, I'm gonna burn the ID that's gonna get burned anyways because
Right.
we're gonna get found out sooner or later.
Then we're just going to have to release vault tapes, like 6 months down the road.
So I
Well, you
sort
can
of
do
like
whatever
the
you want with whatever tapes you have. But if this sale goes through and money ends up in my hand, so to speak, like I'm gonna be as far away from here as possible.
Yeah, I'm
I
doing
have-
the full name, face, everything gone.
I have enough music written to where if you all decide, well, obviously you're deciding you're going to disappear, even after I'm gone or I disappear, I have stuff I can forward on to White to release to continue for a while.
well, I'm on board with CD's plan of splitting the group and
Because
having a
I'm
couple
not
go in
leaving.
and do the
I'm
talking.
continuing. I'm
fine with
continuing
that.
to be a thorn in the
If
side.
we want to
of-
get lawyers involved, just so you know, I'll be signing off my rights to any music or image related monies. Because
Right
I won't
on.
be coming back to ask
To
for
cash
any
a paycheck?
royalties. No.
Right. So who's our best bet sending in there?
Well, I'm gonna have to go. There's no choice there. If they want a sample, I'm the one who has it.
and either myself or Max would be the other.
We got to have Max in the getaway car, man.
Yep.
Yeah, you have the getaway driver and the getaway van. So
Then me and Z.
I
You and me.
am the guns, so
Right.
I should probably be in a support position.
All right.
All right.
And with what I've been
Well, Max
training
Polly
in
and
this,
CD set up outside somewhere for a quick escape and cover, and myself and Z will go in, and yeah, we'll see how smooth this goes.
Polly can
And
work the
after
back
that-
door if we have to jump in.
Yep.
After
Yeah.
that, we can head out to the Snake Nation and get them
Handle
their
that Zeppelin.
back.
And I'll let you know where the vehicle is going to be because I'm going to have the security engaged so it's not visible.
Good plan.
All right. Anything anybody needs, grab it. You'll see Vox will throw his sword on, fucking holster his weapon, and
Z.
wear the heavy fucking armor.
Good.
So you're wearing the heavy stuff. Okay.
Z
Yeah,
grabs
so
her
we'll wear the
guns,
heavy
make
armor.
sure she's armored up.
So as you guys are getting set up, it's really calm around your home, the strip mall that has been converted into this bunker, essentially.
The SFS cave.
There's been some gang stuff going on. You know that Maelstroms is kind of pushing into the 6th Street territory for a bit here, which has caused a small bit of problem, in terms of like general safety. It's gotten a little more hazardous to go out and about. 6th Street's keeping them kind of pushed off, so it's not like it's escalated anything really bad. It's just the occasional gunfire, maybe some, some raids here and there on places 6th Street that hold up. Like that gas station guys were at before and had the cookout with them. That got hit. Nothing really too big. Nobody's gotten really hurt. Not any of the guys that you've met anyways from 6th Street, but it is an ongoing conflict right now. Heading out to Afterlife, the place you guys have been parking every time you go there is a small parking lot that's like a block away. You get to the underpass and you walk under, go into the small little courtyard, go downstairs, and Afterlife's right there, nice and handy. You have about a block to walk, and you guys are going as S4S.
Before we arrive there, though, I'd like to see about like trying to find a strategic place where maybe I could use a sniper rifle or, be ready to, enact a rescue if need be.
So the problem with this is the way Afterlife's situated, you could probably get a good spot, like even in a parking lot, just chilling out, like down the block with a line of sight to the underpass and like that little inlet where they go into the courtyard. Inside the courtyard, you're gonna lose line of sight. Likewise, if you go to the courtyard, maybe go into one of those apartment buildings that kind of oversee that area, you can probably make your way into like, a squatter's like balcony or whatever and get eagle eye on the courtyard itself, but then you won't be able to see them as they're walking to the car or the block. Cool. So it's going to be a one or the other situation, unfortunately.
What's the, I forget, what's like the restriction on coming in here with weapons?
There isn't one. They don't give a shit.
Okay.
Most
Okay,
everybody that walks into Afterlife is armed.
Then, yeah, I won't worry about it. I'll back up my team and I'll just walk in with, machine gun here, sniper rifle here, like, fuck it, somebody jump.
Max, are you going to remain in that parking lot, or are you going to try to find a spot on the road and then just park the vehicle and hope nobody hits you?
I preferably I'd like to be on the road somewhere if I can. That's not like high traffic or that's I don't know what the layout of the street is.
Everything here is going to be really high traffic. It's a 4-lane road, going both ways, to either direction, and it's a lot of traffic because this is kind of in one of those more dense areas of the city. It's not like you're out, towards the edge of the city. Like you're in the shit here, and so there's gonna be tons of cars going back and forth almost constantly.
Okay.
Now,
is there an alley that's closer than the parking garage?
No, unfortunately, because the way the block runs, you have 2 massive buildings to either side of where the courtyard of the club is that run the rest of that block. So it's going to be like almost a block away either way you go. Unless you want to pull, fuck everything and everybody, park up on the sidewalk, hop a curb. Because they're pretty broad sidewalks. It's probably about a good 7 or 8 feet from building to, to the edge of the street. So you can like half curb it and just park and go invis. There is technically parking along the street there. It's just nobody ever really parks there because it's so high traffic.
I'll try that. I'll try the half on thing and just see how it goes.
So do you want to pull up there and then let them out, or let them out, wait a couple minutes, and then pull up?
I want to let them out, wait a couple minutes, and then pull up.
Okay. So the 3 that are going into Afterlife is going to be CD, Z, and Vox. Yes? All right. Do you guys want to go during the day or at night?
I would think probably
Night. I just realized I was still muted.
just like Nate is still muted.
Yes.
Yes, I
I
am.
had to plug my second monitor back in. Sorry. What would be the most like strategic time to go in based on like the being able to catch the individual we're looking for, and then also like maybe when the most resistance would be present?
So Rogue is pretty much there from as a solo, having gone to the bar several times. Rogue's there pretty much from like mid-afternoon until roughly around close, which is like around 4 o'clock in the morning, right?
Okay.
She's there most of the days. Traffic-wise, your peak is going to be probably after midnight. People are getting done with shit, coming in and just drinking. The dangerous time is going to be probably 1 o'clock onward, because at that point, people got a lot of drinks and they're like, fuck it. They're a bounty, let's just take it. And they'll more than likely be willing to reach for guns more than they would be earlier in the day.
Okay.
So if you want to go when there's not a lot of people, probably late afternoon, early evening, like around between, let's say, 3 o'clock and like 5
PM.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Then we should go maybe like around 4.
That works.
That works.
Okay. You guys will pull on over. You guys drive across the city from where you guys are at in Santo Domingo. Again, nothing too crazy. Traffic's just a bitch like it always is. You'll make it to Afterlife down the street. You'll see the Max will kind of pull in the parking lot per usual, let you guys out. Now, when Z, Vox, and CD get out of the vehicle, nobody jumps you. They're not like waiting, lying in wait for you guys to just pop up once in public and boom, boom, gunshots start going off. But as you start walking towards...
What kind of game is this?
Right. What the fuck? Right? We're still constantly 5 stars? This is bullshit. So what comes into play, though, is when you guys start walking down the street towards Afterlife, you get a lot of like people going like, is that really fucking like, hey, you really CD driver? Or are you just wearing a fucking mask?
Yeah, I don't acknowledge.
Yeah, that's him. Man, shit, that guy's awesome. And like people will walk by. Since there's not like a lot of beat cop foot traffic here, because it's usually a bad spot for cops to come around and start roughing people up, you're not getting cornered by anybody. Nobody's eyeing you too much. You just get that odd like glance, like that knowing look, like, oh yeah, that's them, as you guys walk on by. When you make it towards the underpass, when you start dipping it out of line of sight, as you guys start mingling with more of the rougher crowd that's kind of hanging out around here by the entrance and towards that gangway that goes towards the courtyard, there's a lot more lingering stares that are a little bit more than polite. People are eyeing you. They definitely take a look at the fact that CD's carrying a machine gun and a sniper rifle. They're just kind of looking over you guys as you walk, and you definitely get the feeling, especially CD, that you guys make it into that small little entranceway that leads back towards the courtyard. As you walk into that tunnel area, people are eyeballing you guys pretty seriously, and they're probably thinking it over, what the odds are here. As you guys make it into Afterlife and start descending the stairs, you start walking towards the green-lit entrance. As you guys walk into the club, the green light from all the neon lights and all the signage is kind of pouring out through that tunnel. The bouncer just kind of gives you a nod, looks over at Z and Vox and CD and goes, you guys are early, but head on in.
We'll just keep walking, give it a nod.
Yeah.
Yep. Walk on in.
I'm all business.
As you guys saunter in, you will notice there's probably only like 3 or 4 people at the bar currently. There's 2 people sitting together on one corner, and then a guy is just kind of like lingering at the end of the bar. It looks like he's been here probably all day so far. He's kind of hunched over the countertop, got like 3 or 4 empty glasses in front of him. You see the bartender just give you guys a nod, and when you guys look left as you walk in, straight down that little, I guess, the gangplank straight towards Rogue's booth, she's sitting there. Her bouncer's not there. You will see him. He's off to one side talking with what you'd assume is a net runner, because the guy's got goggles on, AR goggles, and he's just kind of gesturing wildly. You see a lot of like plugs on the side of his head.
Wonder if that's the one that's trying to kill me.
Who knows? But I will start walking forward.
Yep. Head over to Rogue.
You guys walk your way straight on down there. Is CD going with the 2 of them, or are you going to hang back in the bar?
I'm going to go with them. Basically, I'm putting myself in a position like I am bodyguard. Because for all intents and purposes, that's what CD is doing right now. He's protecting not only himself with all the fucking guns, but mostly he's here to protect them. So I won't necessarily walk up with them, but I won't just hang back at the bar. I'll kind of take like a medium position
Okay.
where I can get like a good view of in and out. I'm not here to help determine costs of things or who's buying what. I'm just here to fucking kill somebody if they get crazy.
No problem. There's actually a wall that kind of runs along the side, like across the other side, like literally across from the bar. There's a nice wall there with a couple tables. There's a bare bit of the wall at the end that's not that far from Rogue's booth that you can just hang out there and just lean back and watch the entirety of the bar.
Okay.
So setting yourself up there is not a problem at all. So as Z and Vox start walking towards Rogue's booth, you can see her head kind of picks up a bit as she sees you. You can see like she has like some takeout, some takeaway in front of her, like some Chinese food cartons. A pair of chopsticks just kind of stuck in, a thing of noodles. As you start walking up, the bodyguard that's been over there, the big guy who's usually the one you guys see me come down here, he's like, oh, hey, wait. As he's saying to the guy he's talking, he's like, whoa, I got a business. And he just kind of like, quickly like walks his way over, like as big as he is. So he's kind of like doing that big shoulder shrug as he moves. He steps out, he's like, all right, hold on a second. Do you have an appointment? And Rogue's like, let them in. Like, you know who they are, right? He's like, I don't know. Should I? She's like, probably. And she just kind of waves you guys into the booth.
Yeah, I'll just kind of walk past him and slide into the booth.
Walk on in.
I'm calling Vox.
I'll turn it on. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for picking up. I'm going to turn on the video and audio recording so I can see what's going on.
All right.
How you doing tonight, Road? Hopefully we're not interrupting your meal. And if we are, it'll be worth it.
That remains to be seen, but I'll let you have a chance to talk. What's going on? What can I do for the band of the hour for the moment?
We have some pay data that we would like to offload, and we also have something a little more
Unique.
sinister and unique that we would like to offload, and for that I'll let Z explain what that is.
Before you get to that, is this something that is of interest to anybody or any persons important?
Probably.
Okay.
A little bit.
You see her kind of
Let's
like...
put it this way. It's enough for people to retire, and you potentially to retire from your cut.
brow furrows for a second. You'll see her kind of reach under the table, and you'll hear a small click. Polly will be immediately cut off.
Oh, that
Signal jammer.
Yep.
You guys will notice you can't hear anything from outside the booth.
Good. Hopefully that means they can't hear us either.
She's like, all right, so what are we talking about? You can talk freely. We've got privacy mode has been engaged, so to speak. And she'll lean back, kick a foot up on the table.
You ever hear of the old rumor of soul killer AIs and programs?
Maybe.
I have one. The code for one. You'd have to rebuild it.
Where did you stumble upon that? Just kind of out in the wild?
Sure, we'll call it that. Actually, you said I can speak freely. Arasaka.
Okay.
Along with a bunch of other pay data.
Like what?
Please hold while I go through my list. Let's see. Basic file server with mundane expenses and paperwork. Employee list with 100 employees in the office. Dedicated to diplomacy and resolving anti-Arasaka sentiment.
That's nothing really of...
Request file from Winston DuSable to fund leverage. Let's see. Funding and resource allocation for something else. That one's not important either. Brain dance file. Militech operation and goings on against them. Investigative report showing that Militech is backing a RAF and Shiv out in the Badlands. DV10 files, including payroll accounts and locations of Arasaka agents embedded in the NCPD and security contractors, slush bank account for Black Ops, and then the killware.
So you've got a whole lot of nothing, and then a couple of nuggets of gold. Is this an open offer table? Like, are you looking to sell to anybody in particular, or is it just whoever's going to pay the most?
Whoever pays the
Whoever's
most.
probably going to pay the most, with the exception of Continental.
Yeah, not
If
Continental.
wherever anything even tied to Continental, just ignore it.
Okay. So you're aware I'm not going to be able to put this out there. Not openly.
Right.
What you have and what you're trying to sell, just that list of operatives alone, is enough to have them hunt down whoever facilitated the deal. You know that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Also, tell Mr. Bangle I said hi, because the only people I know who've had the guts to hit an Arasaka facility in the past year were with him. So I'm glad we got this data from that. That's awesome. You guys want to fuck Arasaka. Whatever they did to you, I really don't give a shit about, but you're going to screw them with this. And I just want to make sure you want to do this.
We wouldn't have brought it to you if we didn't.
Okay. So you're aware, once this hits news and starts getting out there, they're going to start backtracking people who were on this job, fixers connected to it, things of that nature. Did those solos that I hired to go with you know what you pulled?
No.
No.
You better hope they don't have any inkling either. Otherwise, they've got a really good incentive pay-wise to come forward. Not that I have any scruple about selling this data. I just need you to know that once you do this, there's no turning back from this.
We understand.
Okay. I'll start putting out stuff for the, I guess, the operative list and where they're embedded, things of that nature. That's the big one. Their list of employees, I can probably get maybe $1,000 or $2 for that right now. That's not a big one. Nobody gives a shit. It's just good for useful keeping tabs on for other corporations. Now, this program you say you have, I need somebody to take a look at that to confirm.
I can give you a sample of it.
Sure.
We also, from the run itself, it almost killed someone. So we know it's effective.
You know what? With all due respect to who it almost killed, I don't give a shit. You guys want to run against Arasaka? I'm surprised nobody did die. Good luck, with that person's recovery, I guess. That's not really anything about anything I'm doing here. I don't really give a shit. And besides, I don't know if it was that potentially killed them or another type of black ice. Unless you're going to bring them here and let us go over them, go through the cyber deck, I can't confirm or even touch on the truth of what you're saying with that.
Fair enough. They're currently in an undisclosed location. So
Then I don't give a shit. So,
Fine.
Copy of the code, part of the code, whatever you want to give me, I gotta have somebody just run it through a quick thing.
All right. I'd say I'll give her part of the code.
You gonna give her a data chip or something?
Yeah.
Okay. You'll see her eyes go red for a second as she kind of jacks in hardwire into a wire at the back of the booth. Then you'll see that guy who was talking with the bouncer kind of walk over. He steps into the booth and she just tosses him a chip. Check that out. Let me know what you think. He's like, all right, sure, yeah, no problem, boss. Gives her a 2-finger salute and walks out. She unplugs. She's like, all right, that's going to take him probably a day to go through to make sure he's safe first before he even tries to touch that code. Do you have a time frame? Are you looking for quickest, most money, or are you going to go for a long haul and do a bid war?
Probably most money and quickly, just because of how volatile this information is.
All right. Something like this, just so you know, I'm taking 25 as opposed to 10.
That's fine.
Can I make an argument for 20?
No. Because
No,
you're
fair.
putting my life at risk by selling this.
That is true. I can understand that. That's fair. Like I said, potentially enough for you to retire too. So
It's not going to be, trust me, but I appreciate your optimism. Anyways, anything else we need to do while you're here?
nope, that'll be it.
That's it.
I'll assume that I'll be ringing up you, and she'll point at Z.
That'd be the right one, yeah.
Same number?
Yep.
All right. We're done. And she'll see her reach underneath the table and click the button. Polly's, everything will come back.
Been a pleasure.
Yep.
I'll start scooting out of the
Always nice to see you.
booth.
Yeah, always. Take care.
You too. I'll just say, low under my breath, Polly, but Max know we're coming. I'll give CD the nod and we'll start walking out.
Yep. I'm all right, they're up on the table.
I'll take up the rear.
As you guys start walking out, you'll make it halfway past the bar, and you'll see 4 guys walk in, super chromed out, large linear frames. One of them has the ocular implants, so he has 6 or 7 different eye implants all over the front of his face.
Oh, look, Maelstrom.
Doesn't like Maelstrom. They're not wearing Maelstrom colors or insignias, but they'll just walk in, and look you guys over. CD has probably seen these guys around. They're a trio of solos that do like almost suicide type run missions. Mm-hmm. They look at the three of you and go, well, payday, boys. The guy with all the obstacles looks around, looks at the bartender. You might want to duck.
I'll
At
pull
that
the shotgun
point,
up and shoot him in the face.
so you're just not even waiting. You're just like, you know what? Nope.
No, the second he says "payday boys" looking at us, I'm killing him.
Yup, guns come out.
As soon as I hear that, I'm just turning to Max and going, hit mark, hit mark, hit mark.
Hit mark. Wrong game, sir.
Oh my god. Okay, all right. So let's just do an initiative then, because god damn, I didn't think you guys were gonna be like, yeah, fuck it, boom, boom, boom. I thought they're gonna wait for bouncers to handle it because they will. Nope. Fuck that. We don't need no bouncers.
I didn't know Vox was going to turn it into the Wild Bunch, but you know,
I'm not taking any chances. Motherfucker said payday looking at us. Well, apparently it's odd.
Let's roll for initiative.
16 is pretty sweet. I'm down with
16, 10, hold
10.
20. Because, CD driver. That's how he rolls.
on. Vox is, what's Vox at?
16.
CD is 20.
jeez.
Wow. Okay, let me roll for this group.
And Z is at half that.
Oh,
Here's our 20.
Damn.
that's using your solo points into initiative, is what that is. That's what does
Might be
that.
painful.
All right, so you pull the shotgun, you whip it up like right around towards this guy's fucking face. He's like, "Are you?" He basically takes a step back and pulls a heavy pistol, and just goes to shoot at you. I'm gonna do called shot head because fuck you in a shotgun. Diff is a
course you
13
are.
to hit you, so we'll see if he can.
Oh, yeah? Oh, no, it's
No, he
6.
can't. He rolled.
Critical failure.
Still got a
Asshole.
15. I'm just throwing that out there on a critical failure. That's some shit.
Sean's driving beats that out the gate.
So
Oh, yeah, that's true.
we're re-rolling that with a dice.
Oh.
Of course you are.
21, so it's minus 6. Oh, he hits. All right, this is to your dome piece, sir.
Dome spot. 14.
Take
Yep.
it to the face.
So,
I don't think it's
my-
any 6s.
my head armor is gone and I'm down 2 hit points.
There's 1 6 in there.
Double anything that goes past your helmet capacity on the head.
So then 4. I take 4 damage.
Boof! So your armor ablates as he shoots, and you just see Polly over the vid screen will see the crack in the helmet, the glass kind of
And
like
everything
spiders,
goes black.
and then as he's shot.
Yep.
You're still
Just
getting
destroyed
audio though.
all my work. Right.
You're still getting audio. It only goes down by 1, so that's kind of repeatedly hit it to destroy it completely. But it definitely has been damaged, and that goes to CD.
Okay. Well, I didn't know dude was gonna pull the shotgun and start fucking shooting.
It's news to
So-
me too.
Yeah. I will be assigning some points for my solo ability. Do you want me to tell you those so you know, or just?
It should automatically do it. You just go
Okay.
ahead and
So I will be using this machine gun, and I will be stepping forward and just laying down cover fire so that they can get away from the 3 solos. Because one of them just got shot in the head.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just lay down that cover fire.
Suppressing fire.
Yes, suppressing fire.
Indeed. 17, I think with the auto fire, you only need... Oh, you're using assault... It's the assault rifle, technically, right?
Yeah.
So you're within close, so DC based on range is a 17. Cool. So you'll hit the main guy, and then the rest will start to kind of push together, because your goal is not to just nail him, you're just trying to get him to back off, right?
Right. Yeah. I'm not taking my time to aim individually. I'm just like trying to get them to like dive for cover, create space, that
Okay.
sort of thing.
Go ahead and roll me damage, because you're actually going to hit the first dude, because he was much, much closer, and you're just spraying around him. 15? Ooh, that's pretty good. Let's see what his...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4, and you blade this guy's light armor jack goes down by 1, and you pop him 4. Cool. And the other 2 that were with him, as you see them go to kind of pull their weapons, they just start diving to the side as just machine gun fire opens up inside Afterlife. The 2 people at the bar are like, what the fuck? And they hop over the bar to be in the back behind it with the bartender. The other guy at the end of the bar who's been kind of drunk is just still drunk. You will see that chromed bodyguard that has been making nice with you guys when you come in, he steps in, and you'll immediately see like 2 sets of wolvers pop out of his hands. The close combat blades that pop out between his knuckles. Mm-hmm. And he looks at the guys that went to scan like, this was a bad idea, you fuckers. And he looks like he's going to wade in against them. That brings us on initiative to Vox. What are you doing?
I'm going to shoot this guy with the shotgun and dive behind the bar.
Goal is to leave.
Yeah.
Do you want to tactically
roll out
reassess?
the front door. Roll out the front door.
Oh,
Run.
I thought they were between us and the front door.
Yeah,
Well, they
just
were,
scattered.
and then they scattered because CD's like, bah!
Oh, well then I'll fire and out the front door.
Okay. So you just be like, boom, and run.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You going for a
I have
headshot
to
still,
roll.
or are you not?
No, since they're moving, it'll just be wherever.
Hot shot.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's shoulder arms, right?
Yeah, it's shoulder arms, and your difficulty is a 13 to hit at this range.
So
Wow.
that's a 24.
24.
Roll your damage, sir.
17.
So 3 assists. Ooh, okay. Nice. You... Cool. Jesus Christ. All right, you'll ablate his body armor again, and this guy that just shot at you will definitely take a solid hit. You'll see, like, the shotgun blast as you kind of run by him. You're like, boom, hits him right in the side, and you'll see bits of the armor jack kind of flake off as one of the armor plates just shredded by the slug you hit him with. All right, that brings us to Z.
I'm booking it.
You're just running?
If Vox is in front of me, I am keeping him in front of me and me between him and anyone else who might shoot him.
Okay. So the heavy pistol is only a 1 shot per turn, and so is the shotgun, so that's pretty much what you guys have used. We get to the top of the next round. The guy you just shot is going to just kind of dive back onto his back and take one last shot at Vox because you just shot his ass. Really,
true, I did.
really hard. All right, so as he dives back and you see all the eyes on his faceplate focus on Vox, he just goes up and pulls the trigger on his heavy pistol. No called shot because he's diving, so that'd be even worse. He will hit and do 10 damage.
Does not go through my armor, luckily.
All right.
Yep.
You'll feel the ping like on your lower back as you had turned to run after the shot. Will just catch you. Kind of pushes you forward a step or so. You don't feel it pierce through the armor, but it definitely is gonna be a sore spot and a bruise probably. As you
Sure.
are now free to run if you guys just want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're booking.
Time
we're
to
leaving.
fucking get out.
Is CD gonna exit with them?
I am backing up and I'm taking shots.
Okay. Go ahead and do another round of shooting.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Is it a full action to like drop the machine gun and then pull?
Nope.
Fuck you, Siri.
You can drop a gun for free and basically unholster a weapon for free.
Okay. Then that's what I'll do. I will switch from assault rifle to handgun, and I will. The heavy pistol has a rate of fire of 2.
Yep. So you'd fire
How
2
does-
shots.
Okay. So I'll fire at first guy and fire at second guy.
Okay. So you basically, as you start retreating towards the exit, you're walking backwards. You just let the assault rifle go and it slings itself on your bandolier. You pull your heavy pistol and just take boom, boom. So your first shot for the guy with the faceplate will definitely hit. Go and roll your damage, sir. Okay. You guys are fucking this poor dude up. I don't know why. He never did anything to you. He didn't even pull a gun.
Yeah,
Jeff.
well, you know.
Too many eyes.
I'm nobody's fucking payday.
Too many eyes. Looks like a spider. Gotta go.
Too many mind. All right.
Too many mine.
Kill it with fire. Only
And then the
with
second guy is also going to be a 13 to hit. Oh, Jesus
fucking
Christ.
34.
Holy shit.
We're going to let you headshot that guy even though you didn't call it because that shot's just too good of a roll. So go ahead and roll your damage.
He
Hot
shoots
damn.
like Max drives.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even
It's
though
time to
it's
take the solo.
it's far from really his hit point max, this guy was getting up to kind of pull his pistol on you. You pop the one guy first. He goes down a little bit. You see him get hit in the chest, so he gets knocked back down to the ground. His buddy, as he's leaning up and pulling up his gun, you just kind of zoom over and pull the trigger, pop him right between the eyes, and you see the bullet wound explode out the back of his head. As that happens, the bouncer goes on the third guy and literally pins him to the ground with his wolvers, punches him right through the abdomen. You hear it embed itself in the plate of the ground. He's like, he looks over his shoulder, you all get the fuck out of here. I'll handle these two.
Yes, sir. Bye.
I'll be retreating with haste. Just
I'm
Rapidly.
the only one that ever takes damage. This shit is crazy.
Bullet
Sponge.
sponge.
Yes.
So
How many more times do I have to say it?
you guys make your way out of Afterlife. You kind of ascend the stairs. Obviously, CD's watching your back. And as Z and Vox run out the front, you'll see two people starting to kind of come down the stairs to head in. And you just kind of bolt them to the side and push past them, and get out. And you'll see in the courtyard across the way on two motorcycles, two more guys are kind of borked out. These guys actually are Maelstrom. One guy takes a whiff off his cigarette and goes, "That's them." And you hear that really heavily modulated
Fucking
voice.
assholes.
And he flips a cigarette to the side. You guys can flee or you can gunfight it. I would give you that option right now. It's up to you. You can make it through the hall before they get to you into Max's car because Max is waiting, or you can sit here and just end this right now.
No, I'm gonna flee.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're fleeing.
You guys are pulling back as you're running through that little gangway to get out to the sidewalk where Max is parked. You will hear gunshots ricochet off the walls. They're just kind of taking pot shots at you as you run.
I will holster the handgun and pull the machine gun and just fire in the air to make them think we're firing in their direction to give us hopefully more time to get away.
Fair enough. You just let loose a couple couple rounds of bullets, just and you'll see the crowd scream and they'll kind of scatter as the people on the sidewalk are, and you guys will get to the invisible Thunderbird and slip inside.
The invisible jet.
And we all know when it comes to Maelstrom, cars do more damage than guns.
Those
Right,
were
Sean?
that wasn't Maelstrom. Those were iron sights. Those were iron sights.
Oh, all right.
So
A cyber arm is a cyber arm, and now we'll get to keep it.
Well, so I have a very important question.
sure.
The time between, I don't know if it was last game session or the one before, when I ranked up my Nomad, did I have time to get the Thunderbird over to get that combat plow on there?
Sure. Yeah, you guys had 3 days since the Arasaka job, so you definitely could have gotten it in.
Nice.
Oh, cyber
This is really good to know. I'm going to switch, as they're getting in, I'm going to switch the radio to something more aggressive to kind of set the little theme and mood for what's going on
single.
Right.
Single. You want
There you go.
here. Play
aggressive,
CD
let's
single.
go.
We'll throw that right in. Right as he's getting in, that's going
Talk
to be
shit,
his
get
entrance
shot.
music coming in. Yeah, talk shit, get shot. Yeah.
And you guys are
Uh,
peeling off, or how do you want to do this, Max? Since you're now in control.
It's just the two guys on the bike. Do I see them first of all? Are they like across from where I am in the vehicle, or are they like down the other way?
You could see them as they got to the mouth of the hall, and basically after it's literally you see them after Max, and you are Max, after CD and Z and Vox get in the vehicle. That's when you'll see them kind of get to the mouth of the tunnel, and they're looking. You see their guns, like they're scanning for these guys.
The guys in the motorcycles, you mean?
Yeah, they're not on their bikes though. They were off their bikes.
Oh, they're off their bikes. Okay.
Cyber arms. Special delivery.
Now
I'm a-
the Thunderbird could fit down that entrance. It's just wide enough, really. But then you're going to plow probably 3 or 4 innocent people on your way to them.
Nah, I'm gonna plow those two guys on the way out.
So you're waiting till they run out and be like, all right, invisible car, go.
Yep.
So
get your
they
invisible
will,
car.
as the doors shut and the cloaking field goes back, ripples back into effect completely and renders the vehicle pretty much invisible, these guys run out and you'll see the two of them. They're Maelstrom, clearly Maelstrom. You can see the skull logo with the faceplate with all the eyes on it, and they're looking around like they've got one guy's a pistol, the other guy's a shotgun. They're like, where those motherfuckers go? And the voices are heavily modulated. And as the red eyes start scanning, you'll see them look past the car, and then one guy like tilt his head like, what the fuck, and look back at the car. As you can see, he's staring directly at the vehicle, but he's not seeing anybody individual. He's seeing the heat outline of the vehicle. It's like because he sees the shape is the way he's looking at it. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna floor it at him.
Just
Yeah, I'm gonna ram them. I'm gonna ram these dudes and then keep going.
roll your drive.
Fuck them.
The stupid shit of
Roll
your
your
drive.
drive. Yeah, okay.
28.
So as the vehicle pulls back and revs, you see them kind of move to scatter, but they're not fast enough, at least not as fast as Max's foot is to get to the gas. And as you peel forward and hit them, by the time you got them, since this is a high-performance ground vehicle, you're probably doing 30. So let's have you roll 3d6 for damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's a neutral trap. Hit the NOS.
12. Roll another 2, let's say, for the combat plow. 20, armor is not going to mean anything as a combat plow. You'll just run these guys over, and as the barbs on the combat plow impale them, they're just kind of slammed forward on the hood of the Thunderbird as you're driving back onto the road. They're wiggling around like they're still alive. You could hit the brake, let them fly off and run them over again, or you could do whatever you want to keep on driving with them there.
Can I lean out the front window with my shotgun?
You sure could.
No,
Because you're gonna miss and hit my
No.
car.
I'll fix it.
Shotgun sprays, motherfucker.
It's a slug.
That's where the engine is.
It's a slug.
No, I'm gonna slam on the brakes
God damn it!
And then run
so
them
that
over again.
they go flying off,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna run them over on the way up forward again.
So you hit
I'm
the
gonna have to
brakes
barb those spikes.
doing like 40, and they just fly off with their inertia, and they just roll across the street. You'll see like some cars have kind of swerved out of the way to get around them as suddenly they just kind of get propelled onto the road. I'm not going to make you roll drive again because your drive's stupid. So just go ahead and roll your 5d6 in total for damage as you hit them again. Wow. All right. So as you drive off, you'll slam into both of them. You'll see the combat plow, one of the barbs, the spikes on the front of the plow, will catch one just in the jaw, and you'll rip that, basically the cybered head off of the body as it gets rolled underneath the car. So you'll have like this maelstrom cyber skull impaled on one of the front of your combat plow as you drive down the road.
There you go, Polly, and we'll peel out.
Never a dull moment with you guys.
I'll take my helmet off in the car and just be like, "Fuck!" So I'm like, I'm glad I still
I
got
can upgrade-
painkillers.
I'm looking over the windshield. I can upgrade your head.
I don't want spider eyes.
Nomads are just stupid when it comes to driving. It's 20 before I even roll. It's
Everybody's specialty gets
unreasonable.
stupid.
When
It
you
does.
when you upgrade Vox's head, can you include some
Logic
strategy?
circuit. I don't think
Yes.
there's enough room.
So he doesn't.
Not enough room for a logic circuit, but I can probably have Z make some skillware or something chips that we can give him like tactics or something.
You know, Vox, we are really lucky that geared up bouncer didn't hold us accountable for that because you pulled gun first.
Hey, that's what happens when you keep on
He said
giving
we
him
were
drinks.
payday. I was.
Okay. All right. Well, just saying. just
I'll
putting it out there.
exercise more caution next time.
Yeah.
A good word of advice. If I don't pull gun first, maybe you don't.
I'll take that into consideration.
You're
Okay.
seriously going to wrap you in fucking bubble wrap, dude.
I don't think it's gonna help.
Entire group of us.
No.
Only one
Well,
who
this
gets
time-
shot is you.
I'm not on the verge of death this time. It's just a scratch. We'll be all right.
I think we're a little lucky on that count.
Yeah, maybe.
Might as well order a new helmet now.
Yeah.
Someone give him a band-aid.
Polly, tag you're it.
All right.
I can't believe you got shot in the head.
I did.
You fucked up the helmet and the fucking optics, asshole.
Telling you,
Yeah.
we need to rename him. He's no longer Vox Stone. He's Bullet Sponge.
I think cockroach is more appropriate.
Ah, I critted 31.
31. Jesus Christ.
Until
Yeah.
the day the cockroach gets raided.
It does rely on my tech, which is 7. So
So, as Polly does
That was
first
the-
aid, you will realize that the damage he actually has from getting shot are bits and pieces of the glass from the inside, like the dual layers of glass to protect, to make it armored a little more, like, thoroughly.
Right.
Those bits on the inside got blown backwards, and they kind of sliced across his face a bit here and there. Nothing too serious, just a couple of points of damage worth. So when you guys get back to the S4S layer, you will see this like metal cyber skull with your like Blitz like spray painted on the side, like where you got pseudo tattooed onto the metal of the head.
the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have Vox scan it for bugs.
No, there is an internal comm
Okay.
link, but it's not technically a bug.
Well, that's getting disabled and then removed.
Okay.
You gonna put a rush on that new helmet?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Alright,
you
cool.
could probably use pieces of that guy's head to fix the helmet, really.
No, I don't have the glass on this metal skull.
All right.
I'm removing whatever cyber's on it.
It's really just the optics. There's like 4 or 5 different types of optics in there. You got telescopic, you got infrared, you got low light.
You could probably transfer all my. Maybe we could do this. We could transfer all the stuff from my light helm that still works into the heavy helm, and I can wear the heavy helm and keep the light suit on. Well, you can use the heavy helmet stuff probably to reinforce mine, so I don't need to buy new.
I just need to. Well, I'll need to strip some of the armor to fix the ablation, but mainly I'm concerned about swapping out the glass.
So that's going to take you probably the rest of the evening, at least until like midnight, because it's going to be like 5 or 6 by the time you guys get back to the S4S lair.
Right.
So you've got like about 6 hours worth of work to do that. You can do it, not a problem. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. It's just time consuming is all.
Right.
So you guys won't be able to go out to Snake Nation unless you want to go in the middle of the night, which is also possible. But it'll probably be until the next day. You guys get some rest. That actually would let Vox potentially get healing in if he's in for a good 8 hours.
Yeah, we can do that.
That would be
Good
good.
idea.
Okay. So in total, it has been 4 days since you guys hit Arasaka, if you're waiting another day. All right,
All right.
Vox, you guys get back. Nobody's worse for wear except for Vox, obviously. He's got some ablation on his armor, on the helmet as well. You will gain your body back and hit points. That's the 4 days. So then it becomes day 5.
And we're heading to Snake Nation.
All right, so that wraps this particular episode. They got their dealing with the fixer. They've got a bit of a gunfight as they got out, and now they're getting ready to head out to Snake Nation territory to try to steal a Zeppelin. That's right, it's a Zeppelin. They've been wanting to do this forever, and they want to go out and try to run and gun and grab that thing. So we'll see how it goes. See everybody next episode.